Have you ever wanted to explore a distinctly British post-apocalyptic wasteland? Well, strap on your hazmat suit because Atomfall delivers exactly that, and it's a fascinating, if somewhat uneven, trek through irradiated countryside. I've spent the past week getting lost, literally and figuratively, in Rebellion's ambitious nuclear disaster RPG, and I'm still thinking about it days after putting down the controller. It's a game that does so many things right, particularly in how it respects player intelligence, while simultaneously frustrating me with some fundamental gameplay issues that kept pulling me out of the experience. The setup is brilliantly simple. You wake up in a bunker to find Britain ravaged by a nuclear disaster, with the affected area quarantined from the outside world. No chosen one narrative, no world-saving MacGuffin. Just you trying to escape this mess by any means necessary. Within minutes of starting, you're thrust into the open world with minimal hand-holding, and a mysterious phone call setting the stage. Oberon must die. What follows is one of the most refreshingly old-school approaches to open-world design I've seen in ages. There are no quest markers here, no convenient waypoints leading you from A to B. Instead, Atomfall treats you like an adult with a functioning brain, expecting you to explore, investigate, and piece together clues to progress. Your journal fills with leads rather than quests, snippets of information that might lead somewhere or nowhere at all. The world itself is gorgeously realized, with that quintessentially British countryside juxtaposed against rusty car hulls, retrofuturistic robots, and disease-riddled creatures. The various areas connect through a central hub called Windham Village and something called the Interchange, creating a web of locations that genuinely reward exploration. I found myself constantly scribbling notes. Yes, actual physical notes, about places to revisit or clues to follow up on. When was the last time a game made you do that? Finding a hidden entrance to a bunker or deciphering cryptic notes to locate a valuable item delivers genuine satisfaction that hand-holding open worlds just can't match. The narrative drip feeds information at a perfect pace, with each revelation adding more questions than answers. The NPCs, voiced with authentic regional British accents, guard their knowledge carefully, making every bit of information you extract feel earned. It's refreshing to play a game that doesn't front-load its world building in the first hour. Atomfall's survival elements aren't just window dressing. They're integral to the experience. There's no conventional leveling system here. Instead, you find manuals and consume training stimulants to unlock new skills. Currency is non-existent, replaced by a bartering system where you trade items on a literal set of scales. Inventory management feels consequential rather than tedious. With limited space and no fast travel, a divisive but ultimately right decision for this game, I found myself constantly making tough choices about what to bring along. Do I take extra ammo for my revolver or save space for potential loot? Should I craft now or wait until I absolutely need to? The heart rate system replacing the traditional stamina bar is a nice touch, though I did find myself occasionally forced into annoying slow walks when it spiked too high. Still, it adds tension to encounters and makes stealth a viable option, in theory at least. For all its atmospheric brilliance and narrative intrigue, Atomfall stumbles significantly when it comes to combat and AI, elements that are kind of important in a survival game. Let's not sugarcoat it. The enemy AI is atrocious. I once watched a soldier completely lose his mind trying to figure out how to climb a ladder I was perched on. Stealth is ridiculously easy to cheese, with enemies giving up searches almost immediately, yet they somehow have eagle eyes when facing your direction. The inconsistency is maddening. The weapon balance is equally perplexing. My revolver became essentially God mode, dropping robots and soldiers with laughable ease while other weapons felt utterly pointless by comparison. I found myself sticking with the revolver throughout most of my playthrough simply because nothing else made tactical sense. Melee combat feels unsatisfying too, with wildly varying swing speeds and impact feedback that never quite clicks. When you combine these issues with respawning enemies in areas you've just cleared, combat often feels more like an annoyance than a core gameplay pillar. Another strange design choice is how exploration can potentially make you overpowered very early on. By just investigating every nook and cranny, which the game encourages, I found enough training stimulants to become a certified Wasteland badass within the first few hours. making subsequent combat encounters even less balanced. One aspect where Atomfall truly shines is the freedom it gives players to approach objectives. Take entering the interchange, one of the main missions. There are 5 different ways to accomplish this task, ranging from a quick 10-minute solution to an hour-long adventure, depending on how thorough you want to be. Similarly, escaping the quarantine zone offers 6 different endings, each with its own requirements and consequences. This level of choice extends throughout the game, with branching paths that feel meaningful rather than cosmetic. The world design supports this freedom beautifully. Maps start as blank slates that you populate through exploration, conversations with NPCs, and reading notes. Information becomes a valuable currency. Traders will even share tidbits after you barter with them, a nice touch that makes them feel more integrated into the world. The audio design deserves special mention too. The voice acting is excellent across the board, with authentic British accents bringing the characters to life. The atmospheric music perfectly complements the eerie, desolate landscape, enhancing the sense of isolation and danger. Atomfall reminds me of those cult classic games that don't quite nail every aspect but still manage to create something special. Its old-school approach to exploration, mystery-driven narrative, and commitment to player freedom make it stand out in an increasingly homogenized gaming landscape. Yes, the combat is underwhelming. Yes, the AI needs serious work. And yes, some of the later underground areas lack the charm and detail of the main open world. But there's something undeniably captivating about this irradiated slice of Britain that kept me coming back despite these flaws. What Atomfall gets right, its mystery, atmosphere, and respect for player intelligence, it gets really right. In an era where many games seem afraid to let players figure things out for themselves, this approach feels downright revolutionary. If you're tired of open-world games that treat you like a toddler with GPS, Atomfall offers a refreshing alternative. Just be prepared to roll your eyes occasionally at the combat and AI quirks that prevent this fascinating nuclear adventure from achieving true greatness. Is it perfect? Not by a long shot. But it's exactly the kind of ambitious, flawed gem that might just become your next unexpected gaming obsession. I know it became mine.